I woke up on a happy note. Well, I'm on vacation. Of course, every day is a happy day. Well, busy schedule. And of course, one squeeze of my girl's left buttocks always put me in the right side of the equation. Stutthof. Stutthof. We're going to this German concentration camp. One of them that was located in Poland. See? Yeah, make sure I made the distinction.
Yes.
You know.
Thank you.
So yeah, one of which that was located in Poland and stuff like that. So we're gonna check it out. Not the big one, which is the Auschwitz everybody knows of, but a smaller one, because in Poland, Germany had a lot of concentration camps in there. So we're just gonna visit one of the few ones that's located near Gdansk, Stutthof. God damn it, I know I said it wrong.
I need the tweezers.
Say it again. Say the name again.
It's like Stutthof.
Yeah, Stutthof. Stutthof. Something like that.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
You may be wondering that something is amiss in this vlog. Well, unfortunately, today's event was a bit inappropriate for me to actually sound like a goofball. So I'm gonna have to step out of character for this one. It's a very, very important day, and I do not wish to make light of it.
My name came up a lot of sounds. More when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about.
After a great amount of lip singing, wheels turning, I've made it to our destination, Stutthof.
More when I was not around.
Only a stone throw away from Gdansk, Stutthof was built by the Germans during their occupation of Poland. It was one of many, many concentration camps they've actually placed in Poland. Yo. I know. Just. It was unfortunate that the sign requires us, actually demanded of us, not to film the occasion. And then I thought about it. Isn't that because of people's obedience that this place is open to begin with? So why should I follow the rules? It was at that moment that I decided that some rules are meant to be broken. So I grabbed my cell phone and first started filming, secretly of course. And then I became more brazy about it. After all, this place is supposed to teach us how to be defiant. If not, am I any better than those who actually held others captive for the sake of following orders?
The Zinger Ovosposten, published on the 13th of September 1939, informed that the camp of Stutthof was formed for traitors, murderers, incendiaries, robbers, and state enemies. The reason why a lot of time atrocities, people get away with it for so long, especially when it's state-sponsored, is because they convince the population that those they actually making suffer are enemies of the states, are traitors, insurrectionists, so on and so forth. And by actually putting a label upon these people, then they're able to actually get away with atrocity because they know the general population can justify it in their head as to why they don't need to fight, because well, they are insurrectionists, they are terrorists, they are robbers, they are so on and so forth. And this is why you gotta be careful by actually quickly siding with the states, because it makes you feel safer. It makes you feel good inside.
Until it doesn't.
Until you're the one that is labeled an insurrectionist, a traitor, because now it's affecting you.
As we stare back at history, many of us sometimes tend to wonder what role would we have played if we were placed in similar situation.
And after 7 days, they held it for 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting and waiting for fucking. See, this is why Polish people don't trust anybody. Oh yeah, we'll come, just hold out.
Would we go against our morals? Would be the bad guy? Would be the hero?
The Hitler occupation in
Shit.
Gdansk.
This is Gdańsk, the one that they're renovating right now in Gdańsk.
Yeah.
The train station. This is them at the German center.
It's very difficult to answer such questions. To me, I see it this way. Whichever role you are currently playing would be the role that you would have been playing. If you're a decent person, then perhaps you would remain into your character. Perhaps you would try to defy the laws and live by your principle, and sometimes die by your principle. If you're a person that lack any sort of moral character, then you would justify whatever you are doing, perhaps following orders, so on and so forth. One of the most fascinating part of this exhibition was the miniature model of the camp.
This model was made by a prisoner.
Yeah. Wow.
It was very well put together, inspiring as an artist. A wise person once said, "Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it." And a wise ass once said, "There are some individuals that are so boring that they study history just so they can find mistakes to repeat." This map showed a quick display of all the camps that was around the region of Gdańsk.
1940 to 1945, the wooden construction of the main gate leading to the old camp was built. The inmates used to call it the Death Gate. Standing in front of it, the column of newcomers waited to be admitted into the camp. After the registration, which took place in the administration barrack, the next stage of the welcome ceremony took place after passing through the Death Gate. There, one of the SS officers would hold a speech, giving the inmates a picture of the place that they got to and what was expected of them. What was expecting them, and afterwards the inmates' personal belongings were taken away from them and a humiliating medical examination took place. Also, a bath combined with disinfection was obligatory.
All right, this area right here, it's about the Jewish population of the camp. It's like, wow.
About 110,000 people went through the camp's gate. About 65,000 inmates, the victims of the camp, never got to be free again.
Yep.
So 55 survived?
Or maybe it's 55 died. And the other one just have to live through the trauma till the rest of their life.
55 survived, that's what I mean. About 65,000 inmates never got to be free again.
Yeah.
So they died.
The blocks but were taken directly to the car gas chamber. This was in operation from about July or August to November, when one day during such selection, Haupt arrived and told Dr. Hedy to stop gassing because it got the order from Berlin to stop. One of the methods of implementing the final solution of Jewish questions was killing prisoners with a shot in the back of the head. To maintain appearance, they announced the necessity to examine the health of selected older and ill Jewish women before sending them to new work. And the examination was to take place in a crematorium building, appearing to be a surgery, as Polish prisoners Lech Dushinsky described it. They were greeted by a friendly smile of Kimmets, who invited them with a kind gesture to come to the table. Then they were asked to give their name and a small tick with a pen in the list. Then the device measured how tall they were. As soon as the victim would stand up to measure with her back to the window, Fourth would approach them from the back. Short moment, and there was a hollow crack with a gunshot in the back of the head. Other way or direct extermination were injected to a felon straight to the heart. I can't finish reading this. These were the sleeping quarters of the inmates. All right, these were the public laboratories where people would just, wash up and all that stuff. And God knows how many people actually used to fit in here. Hold on. Let's see.
At times I wonder, what does it take in order for a person's brain to process all the individual, not as human being, but as animals, kettles, to be placed somewhere and treated like livestock. It's very disturbing. It's very, very sad. And I think one of the ways to get there, to become that monster, you first have to dehumanize the person you are mistreating. Huh. A human being will never cease to amaze me.
See, one thing I want you guys to understand, right? These were like the different type of categories we used to have for, whether you were Jew or you were gay or you were Polish. There were like so many different categories. See, this is what I want you guys to understand. Misery or victimization or any of these things doesn't belong to any specific group. Nobody can claim it. Everybody in the world went through some stuff that was just devastating. To claim oppression as a way to actually now have the right to oppress the other person, that's the reason why history continues to repeat itself.
Even though this has been my second time to this internment camp, it still weighs heavy on my soul. It's like, it's something that I don't think I will never be able to get used to. But see, despite that fact, I highly recommend you guys to actually come and visit this place, to come and experience the history of this moment. It's a lesson that needs to be learned, has to be learned. Just make sure you bring the loved ones.
You see these? And these are actually ashes, human ashes. This is nuts, man. It's like, I don't know, I can't, it's hard for me to actually say what I feel about this place, right? Because like I'm conflicted, It's like, it's interesting, it's very historical, and it gives me a lot of perspective. At the same time, it's like, it's very sad, It's very sad.
My steps were heavy as I climbed the last part of my journey. The walls were engraved with the reminder of those who came through before us. On it was a stark warning. Jeśli ludzie zamilkną, głazy wciąż będą.
All right, if people stay silent, then it will go again.
Yep.
I must remember that. No, no, no. We must remember that.